Good morning and welcome to PT Confidential. Today we're going to try to talk about kind of a touchy subject, I guess. It can lead to a little bit of controversy, and that's joint popping or joint cracking. Probably your grandmother or your mother told you that if you keep cracking your joints, you're going to end up with arthritis. Well, that's an old wives' tale. There's been lots of research on the subject over the last decade or two that shows that cracking your joints does not lead to arthritis. In fact, it was a physical therapist who took it upon himself to do a very long study over 60 years where he cracked the joints in one hand and he didn't crack the joints in another hand for 60 years. Throughout that 60-year period of time, he regularly got x-rays and looked at the joint surfaces and discovered no change to his joint articulation or surfaces by cracking one hand versus the other. So it's okay to crack your joints. It's not going to harm you. In fact, if it was going to harm you, just about every osteopath or chiropractor would probably be out of a job, because the first reason that we practice medicine is to do no harm. Okay? So the jury is still out on exactly the benefits that occur when you crack a joint, but we know that there's a cavitation that creates an air bubble that pops inside the joint, and some of the gas that's inside those joints is oxygen, carbon dioxide, and nitrogen. And when you release that joint, it creates that popping effect, and it rearranges those gases inside the joint. One of the things that occurs also is nitric oxide is produced within that joint. Nitric oxide, you can research it online, has a lot of benefits. And one of those is for bodybuilders. It's a vasodilator. So when you take beets, for example, which are high in nitric oxide, or other supplements that help promote nitric oxide, it lowers your blood pressure because your arteries and your veins are dilating. So the blood pressure goes down, and it also decreases anxiety. So again, there still hasn't been a lot of research on this, but when you create nitric oxide through a manipulation, one of the theories is that gas releases out into the bloodstream, and it gives you a euphoric feeling. That can be debated. Again, research is still ongoing. We don't know if that's the truth or not, but it would also explain why a lot of people feel wonderful after they crack their joints or after they attend a chiropractic visit. The main reason that physical therapists, however, do high velocity thrust manipulations like a chiropractor does is not so much for releasing gases or anything. It is to restore the range of motion to a joint. If you have a very stiff joint, we can stretch it, we can kind of loosen it gradually, or we can do a very quick snap, which allows the joint to run through its full range of motion very quickly before the muscle tissue has a chance to contract or to protect that joint. Okay, so we can restore range of motion by doing a very quick quick manipulation, and that's what allows us to do it with less irritation in many situations, as well as to restore that full range of motion very quickly. The key is, what do you do after you gain that range of motion in the joint? Sitting still, doing nothing afterwards, the soft tissues and everything are going to tighten right back up, and the joint is going to go back to its memory state where it actually doesn't move again. Because it hasn't moved for quite some time, it's going to go right back to that same memory. So after you do a manipulation, the key is to get the patient to use that new range of motion get the muscles to contract the joint through that new range of motion as often and as quickly as possible. So you do a manipulation, then you have the patient do exercises that make that joint run through its full range of motion, making the muscles contract the joint through the full range of motion and start to learn a memory of their full motion that may have been limited before. This happens very frequently in the thoracic spine from people sitting in a slouch position. They don't extend, they don't look up as often, and so the thoracic spine gets very stiff. Doing a quick thoracic manipulation to gain some of that range of motion back to the thoracic spine, and then having the patient start doing some exercises where they're reaching up overhead squats, rotational type stuff with the thoracic spine, helps them maintain and restore that range of motion for a long period of time. And this is an area that I think chiropractors kind of miss out a little bit on the opportunity, in that a lot of chiropractors will do a manipulation and then send you right home to sit in your car, to go back to the office. Some of them will even tell you, we just want you to just remain calm and don't do anything unusual to maintain your alignment for the next 12 to 24 hours, when in fact what you should be doing is moving. And you should be moving as often as you can within the joints that were just manipulated to maintain that range of motion that was just achieved. So this can be very controversial. Obviously, there's different approaches by different medical professionals and what they're trying to achieve, but just know that any good physical therapist should be able to do high velocity thrust manipulations. And the reason that we do them is to restore range of motion in ways that you can't always do with stretching or with small joint glides or manipulations that aren't in that high thrust kind of maneuver. That's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed this and found it interesting. We'll see you tomorrow.